So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast, where we'll be reviewing the Australian Grand Prix that was on at ungodly hours in the morning. I feel sorry for the Australian fans.
G'day, welcome to the Australian Grand Prix.
It's a fight.
So yeah, it was early.
It was.
I actually found it quite nice being early.
I did not.
I'm going to be honest, I did not watch it live.
No, I didn't watch it live. I watched it once I woke up.
Yeah, I started work at 12 that day and was just like, no, I'm not getting up for this. I'll watch it after work.
I finished work at 11 the night before, so I had like 4 hours sleep. And then my alarm went off for the race, and I was just like, what?
Yeah, I was just saying, I got home from work at like 1:30 in the morning. My alarm went off for the race and was just like, no, back to bed.
I forced myself out of bed and rolled downstairs. But, you know, my alarm went off at 10 to 6.
Mm.
I don't need to listen to the pre-race warm-up.
Well, I was 5:30 and then 5:45 to try and make sure I was awake. It was just like, no.
You got to cut it finer than that. My alarms were 10-2 and 5-2.
So yeah, I do feel sorry for the Australian fans having to put up with that for 20 out of 22 races. Because you've got Japan as well. I think I'll stick to the way things are just now. I like that much better.
America will be sort of similar as well, surely.
No, I don't think quite
not
as bad.
Quite as bad,
yeah, but still.
I mean, for Vegas, the Australian race was 11 p.m. start, so you know that's a lit night on the town. And then come
Vegas
home.
For us, it's what,
Vegas.
3 in the morning.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Just not going to bed that night until after the race, I think.
Oh.
At least it's a Saturday night.
This is true.
Anyway, before we go any further, as we have just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, both in F1 terms and calendar year, we got a couple of special video messages this week from one person who was sort of part of the reason that this whole thing happened. Sophie, who's been on before. So thanks again, Sophie, for coming on last season. We hope to have you on again this year if you're up for it. And someone else from the world of F1, we'll let you see for yourself. Here they are.
Hey guys, I hope you're all okay. I just want to say a huge happy 1-year anniversary to Turn 5 podcast. You guys are absolutely smashing it, and I can't believe it's been a year already. I absolutely love your content. I love what you do. I'm sorry this is about a week late from your anniversary, but you're all amazing. Such a lovely group of people just to chat F1 with. I had so much fun when I was on with you guys, and I love listening to you when I'm at work. It gets me through the day, honestly. So keep smashing it. Congratulations, and I can't wait for the next year. Woo!
You know, in order to be the best podcast out there, you kind of have to have a podcast. I think that's fairly obvious, no? Yes, Ben, Turn 5, and the whole gang. Chris, Richard, Nia, all strangers when you started this podcast journey 1 year ago, and now bringing it through to your first anniversary. Congratulations, guys, on 1 year of your podcast. What a great season we're having in Formula One. What a time to be podcasting about it. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been so enthused or excited about an F1 season. It's just so exciting. And I know that you're all absolutely loving it. Ben's told me all about how you guys came together as strangers and how your love of the sport really brought you all together. A year on, still going strong in that crazy competitive landscape that exists of podcasting. The most important thing, though, is that you're having fun with it, and that is at the root of everything that this sport is about, and talking about it and broadcasting about it is sharing that love, sharing that fun, and bringing people on the ride with you. Certainly that's the way I look at it anyway, and I think you guys are doing that fantastically. So sending you lots of love and all the best for the next year, because I think this year is going to be absolutely incredible. A brilliant Australian Grand Prix at the weekend. 3 great races to start off the year from the longest season that is scheduled to be in Formula One history. I know you guys are going to continue to enjoy it, continue to make your podcast and take your love of the sport and your newfound friendship out to the world. So guys, wishing you all the best. Congratulations on 1 year. Sending you lots of love and all my very, very best. Enjoy the rest of the season. Enjoy the podcasting. We'll talk soon. All right, guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, massive thanks to Will Buxton for taking time out of his busy schedule.
Thanks to my bank account.
Oh, you're not gonna go for the illusion that he did that out of the goodness of his own heart.
No.
Massive thank you to Ben for paying Will Buxton to come on the podcast for a minute.
It's 2 minutes actually.
2 minutes.
What a guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks Soph as
top
well
lad,
for
top lad.
doing
But
it.
yeah, massive thanks to Soph for doing that. And as I say, we hope to have you on again this season. Get back in contact with myself or Richard or anyone, and we'll make it happen.
You can literally pick any week you like.
Yeah, apart from next week, we have a special guest lined up already.
That would be very funny if it was next week.
hey, can I come on? That's like,
Do you want to talk about Formula 3? Because yes, we'll be talking about Formula 3 next week because we have Harry, the lead commentator, joining us. So if you do have any questions, any points about Formula 3, anything at all, please do drop them in the comment, in the Discord if you see any of us, etc., etc. We'll be launching our own Discord soon for our few committed listeners to join.
Shout out to the 8 of you.
Exactly. And then you'll be able to engage with us and podium predictions and stuff directly. Maybe even have an opportunity to come join us some weeks. Who knows? We'll see about that. Shall we talk Australia?
sure.
Yep.
That is why we're here.
Is
One
it?
sentence, one sentence race review, Ben?
Good for Australia.
Fair enough. Richard?
A runaway success in terms of one particular driver.
Yeah, I think mine will be once again the 2022 regs deliver. Because we actually had a half decent race around Australia.
Yep.
I remember listening to Crofty run down the statistics during the race where it was like last season last time we were here we had 10 passes, the year before that 7, the year before that 5. I'm like, is this Monaco?
No, because that would be 0, 1, and 1.
No, we had 2 on-track passes last season in Monaco.
Okay, 2, then 0, then 1.
And both of them were because of team orders, but anyway.
No,
No,
one
sorry,
of them was.
one was okay, and then one was to reverse those positions back because of team orders. Haas.
How different things are.
Yes. But, yeah, I actually want to start an FP1 for once because we got probably the funniest penalty I've ever read.
This was one of the weirdest things to wake up to.
It was the most hilarious camera change I've seen. Just watching the cars come back into the pits, watching them get pushed back inside the garage, and then Seb
Here's Seb on a
scooter.
Seb has been fined, what was it, €5,000 for being on his scooter?
Yeah.
Correct.
Still not as bad as Max lightly touching a rear wing, but not cheap either.
Wasn't his only fine of the weekend either.
Yeah,
Though it was his most expensive one.
indeed. But yeah, I never thought I would read the steward's document being like, yeah, you were on a scooter within 5 minutes of the session finishing. Here's a €5,000 fine. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, indeed. And then, yeah, he picked up another fine going too fast in the pit lane. Naughty Seb.
He was a bit keen to get out.
Yeah. 5.1 kilometers an hour too quick.
Equals
So,
€600.
€600. Not a kick in the teeth compared to €5,000, but
No, yeah, quite.
did anything else really happen in free practice?
I want to say in FP3 we had the Marshall fall over.
Yeah,
The
Lance
Marshall
Stroll's wheelbrow self-destructed, and so they red flagged the session, and the marshal went out there, got the wheelbrow, got the big cheer from the crowd because he'd picked up the debris, waved back to the crowd, it's like, yeah, I did it, and then about halfway back stacked it.
Poor guy.
Which obviously, because the crowd is the crowd, got a massive way.
This weekend wasn't a cheap weekend for Aston Martin, was it?
Oh no, very much not. Like we said how Imola last year was an expensive weekend for Williams. I think this is up there with Aston Martin this weekend.
So what? Seb's car broke.
It was a fire because
Yeah.
he used the fire extinguisher on it, so there's internal damage there at least.
So Seb's car caught fire. Then Lance Stroll absolutely yeeted Alex Albon in qualifying.
Yeah, and his wheelbrow exploded in
Yep,
FP3.
in FP3. And then
Seb had a different issue the next day, I want to say, because that's why he wasn't out in quali for most of it.
yeah, there's an internal issue, I think, with Seb's car. They did get him out because of the red flag
Yeah.
caused by Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team games. And then didn't one of them retire from the race as well? No?
Yeah, Seb did.
Seb binned it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Lance tried
great
his best to
weekend.
get disqualified. But
Yep. Seb's crash was very reminiscent of playing the F1 game, which is what first occurred to me when I was watching the replay of he's got on the curb, it's the exit of the curb, and he's in the wall.
Then he keeps going for a bit before going, park.
Yeah. So,
Very much.
it did remind me of a crash that I had done many a time.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially if you start lowering traction control on the game. As soon as you touch those curbs, whee!
I mean, it's not as bad as the inside, the concrete curbs on the Hungaro ring, but, it's up there.
Yeah, or literally any curb on F1 2020. Those were horrific.
Yeah, those were bad. So, what have we got? We've got Seb's new front wing, Lance's new suspension, front wing, Seb's new internal components.
This is new wheelbrow.
Oh, and Seb crashed in FP3. That was it.
Oh, another crash.
So it was suspension down the left side would be completely needed.
So basically, they've rebuilt an entire car over the course of the weekend.
Twice.
Yeah. And then Williams also didn't get it on the cheap, thanks to Lance Stroll.
Yeah.
Because that car just got wrecked.
Yeah.
Tire popped up, shredded the rear wing. The front wing obviously came off when he hit the wall.
Or Latifi.
Yeah.
It's not often we say that.
But he finished the race. Woo! Nicholas Latifi didn't cause a safety car.
Yeah, it was weird to see it in qualifying because it just went straight to Latifi's car just in absolute bits. And
Yeah,
you're
so I just thought
he's
he'd
done
dropped it.
again. Yeah.
Oh no, not
And then it
again.
turns out he's
Yeah.
actually the innocent party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stroll's just not looked in his mirrors again and gone, wee.
It came across slowly as well. Like it wasn't a very sharp turn.
It was at the end.
Yeah.
He slowly
Yeah.
came across, and then there's a big.
Yeah.
It's like you see
Hello.
Latifi's car strong. Woo!
Yeah.
What's happened? We need to know.
Oh God. No, just saying that he's finished the race reminded me of a TikTok I saw earlier. It was like iconic rivalries in Formula One. It was Nicholas Latifi and finishing the race. And I thought it was going to be Nicholas Latifi and the wall.
Yeah.
Can't
Well, no,
wait
they're
for
not
Monaco.
rivals. They're best of friends.
True. They do get on very well.
God, imagine the repair bill at Aston Martin for Monaco.
Well, that's if they're able to get out of the garage.
Hmm.
They might just conk out.
I think we should go to the garage and see the conditions.
Niche references.
I miss old Alonso. I mean, I like new Alonso, but old Alonso was hilarious.
Oh yeah, old Alonso was just full of sarcastic
GP2
fire.
engine, GP2.
But,
Okay, Fernando, GP2 engine.
right. What else happened? Quali was
Lance Stroll crashed again in Q3. No, not. It wasn't crashed in Q3 to deny Carlos Sainz the lap.
Alonso.
Alonso, I'm just that used to Lance Stroll crashing.
Lance Stroll's in Q3.
Stroll was out in Q1. Stroll didn't even set a time.
Lance Stroll crashed too much this weekend. I've got right to be mixed up with names.
Alonso
it
was
did-
on for potentially P3.
And then bend it.
It did feel like the race was ages and ages and ages ago. It's very
Alpine.
weird.
Yeah,
That's
it
because
is.
it was. It was nearly 2 days ago.
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh, I won't have recovered in time."
If I had have got up for the race and then went to work, I wouldn't have. I'd have been a zombie today.
Weak. I got up
It's
for the
okay.
race,
Did you?
and
then
I
go to
still
work?
went to work.
What time did you start work though?
My usual,
Which is
6 p.m.
exactly.
I do evening shifts.
Started work at 12.
Ooh, tiny little violin for you. Plays you sad song.
Anyway, Alonso binned it, which
There we go.
denied Carlos
Factually correct
Sainz
now.
his lap, and so he ended up at the back of the Q3 times. Well, no time. Poor Carlos.
But
And Leclerc took pole.
Carlos had a
Again.
chance.
Carlos was like 10 meters shy of the finish line when Stroll decided to, when Nando decided to bin it. God damn it, you've got Stroll on the brain now. So,
But
pain.
pain without the S.
There's no S in pain.
Sorry, Spain without the S.
There we go. Damn, we really are doing well today.
We are. We're all awake and ready to do a podcast.
Fame.
The race. Carlos got accustomed with the gravel trap after a pretty poor start. Well, pretty poor is an understatement. A
Yeah.
horrific start.
Whereas
The hubs
everyone
did not fire
yeah.
up.
No. He ended up with 15th
About that,
Yeah.
yeah.
off the line, and it just kept getting worse. And then he was in the gravel. cue the safety car. And to be honest, I'll give Aston Martin that. It's quite an ingenious bit of strategy of just double pit Stroll and just leave him out for the rest of the race.
But they didn't. He pitted again.
It would have worked.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have pitted again.
Exactly. Why did they? That's what I thought they were going to do. When they pit him a second time and put him back on the hards, I was like, genius. Run the hards. Go all the way. And then he came in for a third pit stop. And it's like, well, you've just completely ruined everything.
He obviously ripped the life out of the hard tyre.
Well, yeah, he's obviously not the heir apparent to Sergio Perez, because that goes to Alex Albon. The tyre whisperer has changed hands now.
How many laps did Albon do on his tyres?
All but the last one.
57.
Yeah.
That's like an F1 game strat. Just don't pit until the last lap.
That's exactly it. And it worked. He got a point.
Yeah.
P20 to P10.
I was really open to do the Schumacher strategy of not pit until
The last lap.
very last lap and just go in the pits as the race is over.
See, I think because of where the control line is in the pit, they'd have got himself disqualified if he'd done that.
Would it be a disqualification or would it be a 30-second penalty?
I think it's a disqualification because you've breached the technical regulation.
Damn.
And you sort that out. If the driver could get to the end of the race on one set of tyres, credit to him.
Well, you can do that in a wet race. That's allowed.
But it's not the same.
It's just so that we actually have people come in for a pit stop. If not, everyone would just start on the hard tyre every race.
Become crawl fest. You can
Yeah.
look after the tyres the best. But I think
Look after these tyres now. We want to
one
finish
team.
the race on this compound.
at the start of each race weekend, the 10 team principals should get together, and in a bowl there's a selection of, like the FA Cup do the draw with the balls, and one team pulls out the 0 stop strategy ball, and at least one of their drivers has to deploy it. Everyone else can do like 1 or 2 or 3 or 97 stops, but that one team
Isn't allowed to pit
isn't allowed to pit.
unless it's for
Yeah.
safety reasons
Yeah.
or
You
damage.
just get it at Silverstone, you're like, oh, for God's sake.
I mean, Silverstone wouldn't be too bad because that's got like one of the biggest pit deltas.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
if
but
you're
it's
going
also
to run,
got the most tyre blowout.
this is very true. That is, yeah.
Well,
It's a-
2014 and 2020, the years of the exploding tyres.
And
It's a
was
bit
it
of a
2018
double-edged
as well?
sword, that.
Mm.
We had like both Ferraris go pop.
Or just even better fun,
Monaco.
take all the tyres and then you have to draw 3 sheets of paper and that decides the tyre compounds you're allowed to use. So one team could have C5, 4 and 3 while another's got 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god. That
Welcome
one
to
team that's got the
tyre bingo.
C5s are just like pitting every 4 laps. The others on the C1 are just crawling round because they can't get them to work, but they never pit.
Welcome to tyre bingo.
Jesus.
Have the fans vote in advance what tyres we're going to take to each race.
Welcome to Fan Boost.
Fan pit stop.
You decide which lap he's going to pit on. Yeah, everyone's just like, 1, ruin his race.
That's that.
57. Make those tyres last.
Instantly after the race start, you hear over the team radio, yeah, so you're going to have to
Boxes
eke these one a bit longer, mate. It's plan A plus 26.
Or other drivers, just the moment the lights go out, box.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I think we
enough-
should do a race on Formula One where you pit at the end of lap 1 and I pit on the penultimate lap.
see whose tyres are in a better state.
See who can get their tyres to work the best.
Yeah. See who can make it to the end of the race.
See, because you'd be able to start on the soft compound and get that real good traction, and I'd be there on the hards, like, these have to last. No wheel
Yeah.
spin.
But then I'd go on to the hards and be like, these have to last. Just like every corner's like the Monaco hairpin.
No scrubbing, no scrubbing.
Lap times are like 13 minutes.
Right, we're not that bad.
We are if we're trying to make the tyres last that long on the game.
You know, I've never tried to make them last that long,
Yeah.
but I have done like 12 laps extra.
I think the longest I've gone past Jeff's estimates maybe about 10 laps. Because he's like, yeah, have a 3-stop. No, 2. 2-stop, Jeff.
No, 1.
1. Ooh.
Oh,
Shall we talk about the Australian Grand Prix?
probably best.
So as we were saying, Carlos Sainz couldn't get his tyres to work and went back many positions. And then spun on the grass and nearly took out Bottas on his way through.
So,
It was one of the Alphas and one of the
It was
Hasses,
definitely
wasn't
an
it?
Alpha.
yeah, I think, was it Bottas behind and then Mick in front?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think he was trying to overtake Mick in front. Bottas was
Yeah.
behind him and he nearly collected Bottas as he just slid across the track into the gravel
Whee!
and then
He did-
instantly beached himself because he forgot how to drive in gravel.
He didn't have a good weekend, did he?
He did
Carlos?
Did not learn from his father's lessons.
He just wanted to
So
try a
that
bit of
was-
rally out. Didn't
That was
work.
0 points. Which means we no longer have a Ferrari 1-2 in the championship.
Yeah.
Somehow, he
I'm more
returned.
shocked at what team is second in the championship. It's utterly bemusing as to how they've done
Reliability.
this.
And
But we'll
George
come to
Russell
that.
effect.
We'll come to that when we get to the end of the race review. So we had a safety car where Lance Stroll tried to pull off a genius tyre strategy and then just pitted later anyway.
And the fact that he's Lance Stroll.
Yeah, he also got himself a 5-second time penalty further on in the race. We'll talk about that. Anything else really happened behind the safety car?
I don't know. No, not that safety car. No, the thing
No.
I'm thinking of was the second safety car.
Yeah. So then the race got back underway. We had quite a good fight between Hamilton and Perez for a few laps.
Yeah.
The pace differential was very clear to see. But all things considered, I think the Mercedes is slowly starting to become a better race car. Its qualifying pace is still well off, but its race pace is coming in.
Yeah, I think this year's going to be really strange in the fact that like certain teams are better, so much better at certain tracks, and where it's a lot closer, it's going to like divide it so much more. Do you see McLaren like yesterday or whatever be 5th and 6th? Bahrain, they were 18th and 16th or whatever, and nowhere near the pace.
Yeah.
I have a theory about that, and I think it's specifically ambient temperature related. Because cast your mind back to Barcelona shakedown, because it wasn't a preseason test, and the McLarens were quick,
Yeah, they topped the timings.
and it wasn't hot.
But then so were the
But
Mercedes.
then we went to the desert, and the McLaren was not quick.
The McLaren
The McLaren melted. And now we leave the desert, and we go back to normality. And the McLaren is quick.
So what Richard is going to say is Mercedes are going to dominate the European season.
No, I'm saying McLaren are going to dominate the European season.
But yeah, so maybe the McLarens will be a bit faster in Europe and the Mercedes might win races. Who knows?
Who cares about the Mercedes? Up the papaya.
Are you forgetting who supplies your engines?
No, but are you forgetting the majority bias of this podcast?
We need to bring Alex back. He was on my side.
You're still outnumbered.
True. But at least by less. So Vettel is next to retire.
Just obsessed with him at this point.
Lance Stroll should retire from all the races, all the sessions. Lance Stroll should just retire. Anyway, Vettel then retires with
His crash.
his spinning issues.
It's been a
Le spin.
pain.
Yeah, so poor Seb, but to be fair, it wasn't unexpected considering he had so little running
Mm.
all weekend. So that's a sort of FP1, FP2 mistake. Seb just didn't have that many laps until the race. Oh well, Seb out. Then we had quite a good fight between Russell and Perez.
Yeah, and team radio is like, George, please do not fight this if it uses up the tyres.
Wasn't it
To be fair-
behind the second safety car that we had Mick Schumacher almost spearing into the back end of
Yeah.
Tsunoda?
Is that not the first safety car?
No, it was later on in the race than that.
Oh, well, it must have been the second safety car. But yeah, that did happen. The FIA decided no further action on it, as they do.
I think they're looking at maybe tweaking the 10 car length rule.
They did actually tweak the safety car rules for this weekend.
The Verstappen rule.
Yeah, brought in what commentary dubbed the Verstappen rule. Which, to be honest, I like.
I don't see the point in it. You look
It's
at
for-
Bahrain and he shot himself in the foot anyway because he was out
Yeah.
of position. So,
Yeah,
like,
But
if you're
it's
gonna,
it's for the race leader to dictate the pace, not second place to tell the race leader to hurry up.
well, if I was the race leader in that place, I'd just slow down even more.
Yeah,
And then when he overtakes, just be like, well, he's overtaken me.
Leclerc's tactics against it worked an absolute treat in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. So,
Yeah.
Force him off the circuit.
and the time that he changes
Whoa.
and Verstappen's right behind Leclerc is when Verstappen actually gets a good run on Leclerc.
Yeah. Oh well, it's banned now. Or at least it was banned for that race because it wasn't in the sporting regulations, it was in the race director's notes, which can change circuit to circuit.
We'll see.
So we'll need to wait
In
and
2
see
weeks.
if they either tweak the sporting regulations during these couple of weeks off, or if it just appears in the race director's notes again.
Permanent race director's note.
But yeah, to be fair, there are some like permanent race directors' notes that are always the same, so it might very well just be a case of that. Who is the race director going to be in Imola? That's the question.
Don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out when we get there. Do we know which safety car we're getting there as well?
No idea.
Fair enough.
That was another thing that the drivers were moaning about the Aston Martin safety car because it's too slow now.
They like that sleek Mercedes too much.
No, they just like the fact that it has aerodynamic properties.
True. We do prefer a fast safety car though. Fast but safe. Slow
Yeah, I
and
think
safe is
the point.
boring.
I think the point that Max made was valid. Of like, there's a long straight where the issue is not located near that area. Why can't they go faster to help keep some heat in the tires?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
true.
But at the same time, you know, if the issue is on that straight, don't go fast.
Go through the pit lane. and then go.
Fast. Go to the pit
Speeding.
lane at twice the speed.
Yeah, every car gets a speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Even burnt Highlander.
Go through the pit lane and then decide not to go through the pit lane. Tell one team otherwise, give them a penalty.
Formula 2 things.
Woo. So yeah, we then got back underway after Tsunoda nearly speared into. No,
The other way
Tsunoda nearly
round.
got speared into.
Yeah. By Lance Stroll.
What's happened? We need to know.
See, if it was Lance, he probably would have been speared because we know what Lance is like.
It was very reminiscent of Mugello a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, there was definitely a clenched butt when that replay came on.
We all saw how well that ended. Red flag number 1.
Well, it's number 2. Wasn't there one at the start, or was that safety car?
That
No,
was
it was,
safety
there was
car.
the safety car, and then we had the red flag, and then we had
right,
another
yeah.
red flag when Stroll's tyre went.
Yeah.
Then we had another red flag. There was 3 in that race.
Oh, what's that? Oh my god.
So with the safety car one, with Lance Stroll's tyre exploding. What was the third one? Pretty sure there was 3.
Did you lie to me, boy?
Let's Google it.
Oh my god. One eternity later.
2020 Mugello Grand Prix red flags.
There was one red flag.
Oh, it was only 2. It was 2.
Cue Captain Holt. Vindication!
There's many safety cars. 2 red flags.
And a 5-second time penalty. For what?
2 penalty points.
Well, no. Not necessarily 2 penalty points.
You're
Because-
joking.
Lance Stroll picked up a 5-second time penalty this weekend for excessive weaving on the straight and only received 1 penalty point.
But he received 2 over the course of this weekend.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
So the FIA was just evening out his 2.
Been manipulated, man.
Though, in my opinion, he should have had 4. So, you know,
He
star
got-
breaks.
If he had 4, he'd be literally on the verge
On
of a
10,
race ban.
yep.
Yeah.
One more 2-pointer.
They love a 2-pointer as well.
Yes, they do.
Hulkenberg returns because of Lance Stroll's race ban. When
Who
does his
wants a
first
full
set?
time?
When does his first set of points expire, though? That's the question.
Honestly, got no idea.
Lance Stroll is going to be slightly safer because one of his penalty points expires on Sunday.
It's a joke.
You say,
It's
yo.
a yoke. The 5 seconds. A yoke.
That was rough.
But his other penalty points don't expire until August.
There's plenty of races before then.
Oh no, he picked up 3 penalty points this weekend. He got 2 for wiping out Latifi.
That's more like
1
it.
for being a
Weaving.
naughty boy in the race. I think the funniest thing is, though, he got a grid penalty for taking out Latifi. He was already
Yeah.
19th.
No, technically at that point he was 20th.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't start last, though, did he?
No,
Nope.
because Albon got disqualified. He got disqualified for running out of fuel. He done a Seb.
Yeah. Slightly less.
Heartbreaking.
I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's failing me.
Gutting. Painful.
Damaging in terms of its outcome. Less
'cause
meaningful.
Albon went from what, 16th to 20th?
Yeah.
Oh, you already had a free place grid penalty, as it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah, that's a good point. So he was going to start 19th.
thanks to Stroll.
Yeah.
I think Stroll got away with one in Saudi Arabia. I said that during the review. I still maintain it. He turned in on Albon, not the other way. But
And this weekend proves it.
yeah, he just hates Alex Albon.
Well, he turned in on Latifi, so he got mistaken identity there. He saw a Williams and went, target acquired.
This
Target
guy's such a
neutralised.
sore loser.
He just-
And then the race settled down again until Max's car just went, no.
Oh,
It just cut to Max's car pulled over on the exit of
Yeah.
2, and it's just like,
What happened? What happened?
we need to know.
But yeah, another issue for RBPT.
Looks like it.
Have they failed to construct a reliable engine?
Well, we have to say yes because we're
yeah.
10
3 races in.
Yeah, 3 races in, and they've had 3 DNFs for Red Bull, as well as a DNF for Gasly. And did Tsunoda not DNF in Saudi Arabia
Yeah,
as well?
He didn't even start.
Yeah, so a DNS for Tsunoda. It's not going great for Red Bull powertrains.
Although one good thing for Red Bull is every race that Max has finished, he has won.
one.
So
But yeah, but he's only finished 1. We've had 3. That leads to a 66% failure rate.
But a 33%
33% chance of a
ultimate
win.
victory way.
yeah.
So let's call that a 21 race season. That means he's going to DNF in 14 races and win 7.
It's not bad.
He'd still finish the season with at least 175 points.
That'd
Yeah,
be
I would like to
4th.
point out though that Ferrari already have 104 points.
Charles Leclerc is leading the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah. It's a bit like 2020 when Lewis Hamilton was leading the Constructors' Championship quite literally for the whole season.
It's
It
a
just
bit
shows
boring.
how powerful that W11 was. I missed the
Definitely.
W11. Can we bring it back?
No,
Oh.
SF75 for the win.
Also, I have great confusion. 21 drivers have taken part in this season.
Yeah.
There's only 20 drivers on the
Hulkenberg.
Drivers' Championship thing published by F1.
Yeah. Where's Hulkenberg?
19th.
So is
Where's
Vettel
Seb?
not? Vettel's not on there.
Oh, yeah, because Seb hasn't actually been
Yeah.
classified in any race, so he's not classified in the standings. Poor Seb.
3 races in, 0.
Just 0.
Not on
even
the list.
on the board.
That should have happened to Mazepin last year.
That would have been brilliant.
That would have been incredible.
But also, let's spare a thought for Nicholas Latifi, who is literally behind a driver who only participated in 2 races.
Yeah. And yet Alex Albon now has a point.
Yep. Alex Albon is leading the Constructors' Championship fight over Aston Martin.
It's a one-man army.
It's all because of that mistaken identity. Stroll didn't manage to take him out. So yeah, Max's car just died and then caught fire.
Mm.
Oh dear,
Mm.
for Red Bull. They really need to get this sorted.
Yeah, well, as I'll just say what Christian said. Really, is like, at least they're just trying to fix a fast car rather than make a reliable slow car quick.
I'll add that to the list of quotes.
I'll add that to the list of unsubtle digs at Mercedes.
But I would rather have a reliable slow car that's second in the constructors than a fast, unreliable car that's third.
We're in a very small sample size at the minute. Let's see how it goes at the end of the season.
Doesn't matter. We can only go by what's on the standings now.
Doesn't matter as the voice of someone who's very unconfident in their continued success.
That's because I'm not. But are you really confident in McLaren turning this season around?
Yeah.
Yeah, fully.
Are you, though?
We saw it in Spain. We saw it in Australia. We'll see it in Imola. And when we see it in Imola, I will say, I told you so, and you will start putting McLaren up there on your list of predictions for the rest of the Europe section. And then when it gets hot again, countries, then you can take them down.
Back to last.
Correct. Season finale is not one to look forward to.
Basically, that entire last section of the season. America. Oh my God, we're going to America soon. That'll be a good test for the McLaren.
Yeah, but it's early. What's the temperature in Miami?
Probably still hotter than the temperature in Europe.
It's 24. Okay, so...
Yeah, compare that with 9 degrees here.
13 degrees in Melbourne. Oh, it's 17. Okay, it's just in a cold front at the minute. Then let's compare it to Saudi Arabia, where it's 30 degrees. So I'm Imola weather. 11, perfect. We'll be storming away at the front. It's just an inverse relationship. The colder it is, the faster we go.
No.
I hereby sign a petition to have the Antarctic Grand Prix. And you'll witness the McLaren go at light speed.
It does just show that the Mercedes power unit isn't as bad as everyone said it was, considering the McLaren's actually found pace.
They are still fortuitous by virtue of the fact that Sainz was out of position and Max had a reliability issue.
Yeah, but not in qualifying when Norris actually got up there on pure pace.
Yeah, but that's not Mercedes car.
Yeah, because the Mercedes car
is crap.
Drove Norris off the line. But I was talking about the power unit, not the car. You know, the engine that powers the McLaren.
No. What's that?
Totally but then.
I thought these guys did what the Flintstones do.
No.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the team is called McLaren Mercedes.
Oh, I thought they just paid them a bit of money.
No.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
McLaren paid Mercedes money, not the opposite way about.
Oh. Damn, that do be a shame.
Mm-hmm.
McLaren could really use it. It's fine.
Anyway, shall we get into the prediction results?
Sure.
Or F1 play first, because that sort of links into it.
Okay.
Let me pull up
I mean, I did different predictions on that to what I'd predicted on the podcast.
Why?
Because I actually want to win.
Yeah, I do the same. Doesn't end well.
Because I'm allowed to change my predictions right up until lights out.
So, Nia scored 0, which either means she had a howler or
Or
forgot to
more
submit them.
accurately, she forgot.
Yep.
I'm going with the latter.
Ben scored 2.
Yeah, I love getting 2.
What did you get your points for?
McLaren,
Nice, solid.
Q1 and Q2.
Rate that.
Richard has found some form that he didn't have at the start of the season after his 1, then 3. He got 5 this week.
Note the trend there. Next week is 7.
Then 9.
However,
Then
And then
11.
11. Wow.
11 out of 10. However, he still didn't win because I got 6. So for the 3rd week running, I top F1 play.
Yeah, well, enjoy your grandstand VIP tickets.
Yeah, I need 10 for that though. I need to score 10. But I'm going up 2 5s and a 6.
That rate of growth is significantly slower than mine.
However, I've got enough races to make it to 10 by the end of the season.
Yeah, but I'll be at 10 by what's after Miami.
Spain.
I'll be at everyone knows how predictable Spain is.
I don't think MD's ever scored a 10 at Spain though.
They did last year.
Oh, was that the only 10?
Yeah. And then I get 10 every week from then on out. That's a lot of tickets. I could go to like half the season. VIP. Oh my god, I can do like double headers and they'd pay for fights in between. Dreams.
Anyway, if you want to play along as well, F1 Play is now open for the next Grand Prix. So go and submit your predictions and remember that you can change it right up until the formation lap starts. So Richard, predictions please.
In terms of the pole and podium predictions, I came last with 1 point. In joint third is Ben and Nia, both on 2 points. And in joint first is Chris and Sonia, both on 4 points. Bold predictions. Chris got at least 2 safety cars. That was it. Lapo bingo will have to go to Nia because she said Latifi in lap 25. Latifi got lapped on lap 55. And that was the first time anyone got lapped. It's quite surprising considering how far ahead of the field Charles was.
I guess safety cars do that for you.
Yeah. And then, so he only finished 1 lap down. And from the Discord, we had a 3-way tie for the lead from Ardun, Nils, and Wev, or WEV, all scoring 4 points for various correct podium positions.
F1 Fantasy, Ben still leads the way
Closed the gap, though.
with 603 points, followed by Richard with 510. I'm in third with 439, and Nia's still last and ended up even further in last this week.
It's
She's
2
got
weeks.
274.
2 weeks in a row, I've closed the points on you, Ben.
Yeah, what are the point scores for Australia?
For the weekend, Richard got 195, Ben got 173, I got 128, and Nia got 112.
Lol.
Carlos's fault.
Yeah, mine was. Oh,
Man, you do be a loss because of that
Right.
car.
Verstappen scored 4, Magnussen scored 6, Guan Yu scored 9, Albon scored 5, Ocon scored 40 again. And the
Is that because you
Mercedes,
turboed him though?
oh yeah,
There you go.
and the Mercedes car scored 64.
You see, Charles Leclerc with a turbo got a nice fat 96 points.
Yeah,
Our saviour.
No, that's Mojave Ragunathan.
The GOAT himself.
The Lord and Savior.
The man who just ignored Monaco turn 1.
And couldn't find a reverse at Baku.
Yeah. Or didn't just do what everyone else does and light up the rears to spin easily. Decided
I
to do
wouldn't
a
trust him to
60-point
do it.
turn.
He'd probably end up in the wall.
Yeah.
Which is easily done in Baku, to be fair.
I am stupid.
As Sonoda and Sainz proved last year, with Sonoda binning it and Sainz just going, sympathy.
Oh no, a car! Chaos.
Can't wait to go to Baku.
You should be good.
It's my second favourite street circuit.
Why have you pulled that face? Surely you know what the first is. I was just waiting for it to clock. And it's like,
Because it's not Monaco.
no. You think later on, around September, October time.
Asia.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's so bad.
It's not, though.
It is.
It's not.
It's just safety cars.
Look at 2017. It was very exciting.
It's just safety cars.
And it's a night race. It
Just
does bonus
safety
points.
cars. So thanks for watching.
Formula E was also this weekend, but I've not seen it yet, so we'll talk about it some other time.
Not seen it this year.
Yeah, no. I think I saw like one race and then we didn't even talk about it, so I just gave up after that.
Yeah.
It's,
But it was in
not, it's not
Rome.
Formula One. It's not got a formula and then a number,
Yeah, that's clever.
so therefore
That
I
is
don't
clever.
care.
It was in Rome. It's available to watch through many good streaming services. Go and find your one of choice if you want to watch it. We'll talk about it at some point. Probably just at the end of the Formula E season.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, the end
For
of the
Chris.
season we'll just sum it up. We'll see.
You can have a minute on it.
We'll do that thing that they do on the like the weekend warm up. You've got 60 seconds to do a
Yeah.
race recap, but yours is the whole season.
Anything else? I don't think so.
Next week is predictions, so
Yeah.
it's not this week. So don't worry about it just yet. Feel free to send them in. But,
Yeah,
you
if
know,
you want to get involved,
make
we'll
sure
put
you
out-
tag us so I can actually see it.
Yeah, we'll put out the call for predictions very soon. Please do get involved, and you could be mentioned. As I said earlier, though, next week we've got the lead commentator for FIA Formula 3 coming to join us. So please do listen in. It should be a really good episode. Not that the other ones aren't good, of course.
Obviously, this is just
Obviously.
like the added cherry. It's
Yeah,
like we've
this-
already got a cherry. This is now a cherry on top of that cherry.
Yeah, so it should be a really good episode. I'm really looking forward to then having a chat.
It's obviously all in the editing.
Yeah,
Uh,
not the content that we come up that gets edited.
yeah,
It's all to do with the editing.
I
Yeah.
provide peak entertainment.
By random disconnects,
Yeah, and call
just
it
mid conversation leaves.
Sick of this.
Mid
Oh
conversation.
my god, Richard! Ben's made it through a full episode.
I have for ages.
Yeah, in fairness, he
can't
hasn't had a
remember
disconnect in
the
a long
last time I
time.
disconnected. I'll probably disconnect next week. Now I've said that.
But
Well, Yeah, so Chris, don't be late next week,
yeah, I won't be. It wasn't my fault this week.
because I
okay?
did tell him.
It's-
I did tell him like 7:30.
Yeah.
It is also a
That's-
bank holiday as well, so there is no excuse.
Oh yeah, Richard, give our listeners an update on the blooper reel. When's it coming?
I'm hoping to get most of it done while I'm home for Easter. So soon-ish, maybe a month. Because I've got coursework, but once coursework's done, then I'm free, so I can just edit it all.
So if you want to see us making an absolute out of ourselves, the bloopers reel is coming soon.
I'd say
does it feature me saying Charles Leclerc is a full kit?
Stupid.
not yet,
does
but it
now.
will. It will. I'll say tentatively the start of June for when the bloopers reel will release.
So the bloopers reel for season 1 that finished 3 weeks ago.
There's a lot of footage, all right?
Yeah, to be fair, there is a lot of footage.
It's over 2 days of footage.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's another exciting announcement. The bloopers reel is coming soon.
I promise I'm working on it.
So next week, Harry is joining us from Formula 3. Discord coming soon. Bloopers reel coming soon. Join us next week for Imola predictions. Or is it the Gran Premiero de Made in Italy Ferrari 1000?
Emilio Romagna del Made in Parmigiano Reggiano.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so join us next week for that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And we will see you then.
All right.
Bye, everyone.